Harold Heischober Field, this site. Virginia Beach United hosting DC United under 23. I'm Isaac Berkey. He's Nick King. VBU comes into this one on the peak of having the best season in club history. However, they're going to set their sights away from the Chesapeake Division title for just a night, playing host here in a friendly to the visitors from the U.S. Capitol. Nick, VBU comes in 5-1-1 in USL2 play. Add 2 wins to that for friendlies. You're looking 7-1-1. Certainly a strong start to the season for this VBU side.
Not only a strong start, it's a historic start. Virginia Beach United, through 7 games, has its best record in franchise history, and they sit at first place out of the Chesapeake Division, ahead of Lionsbridge, ahead of Charlottesville. Granted, Lionsbridge has a 5-1-1 record, but when you take into account goal differential, VBU is an impressive 13-4 goal advantage, while Lionsbridge is 12-6. If you're United, you've got to be extremely pleased and just impressed as to where you stand right now, because I'm not sure if anybody expected this coming into the season, especially with a new head coach.
Coach Mills and company, you mentioned, sitting in kind of a deadlock there atop the division. Lionsbridge holds the tiebreaker with head-to-head, but VBU controlling their own destiny as they go through. A handful of USL2 games left to play, but really none more important than that July 6th matchup looming just across the bridge in Newport News.
Yeah, and that's still about 2 to 3 weeks away, and Virginia Beach United has a chance to test itself tonight against a DC United MLS Academy team. Lionsbridge also happened to face DC United U23, and they drew a draw at 1-1. So let's see how United fares against the exact same squad, and maybe that can be our measurement as to how this team can compare and compete with Lionsbridge a couple weeks down the road.
And, of course, Lionsbridge and VBU played the opening match of the season. That was a 1-0 victory for the visitors. However, that one could have gone either way. Lionsbridge and DC United U23 played to a 1-1 draw. As you mentioned, that one just about 10 days ago. DC United came out fast in that one, scoring just 6 minutes in, but that's something we've seen from VBU here at home this season, is the ability to start fast, something they're going to be looking for here as well.
Their last friendly game against Ashland Town FC, PK Stoffel started things open, bursted the floodgates of scoring with a goal in the second minute. This United team has had offensive firepower start early on. That's something we didn't see early in the year. Its first 2 matchups didn't score against Lionsbridge. Granted, did not have its full roster. But then the following game against Nova, we had to wait till the 78th minute to see a goal from Bomba Hermoso break a 0-0 tie. But now this United team has opened up the floodgates early, kept first half scoring, kept high pressure going. It's been impressive to see, and they look to keep it going tonight against a big challenge, all things considered.
As we see the starting lineups head out to the middle of the field, this one quickly reminding you that brought to you by the great folks over at Wawa. Thanks for helping make this broadcast and broadcasts all season long possible. The youth soccer team supporting both VBU and the DC United under 23 side as we prepare for opening kickoff in this one. Quickly jumping through the starting lineups. First, for the visitors from DC United, James Anderson gets the call in goal. And it'll be Alex Jovel, Javi Sanchez, Noah Adnan, as well as Figo Chuk on defense. Through the midfield, we're going to see Daryl Turchios, as well as Andreas Rodriguez and Jan Melinato. Up front, it'll be Mikey Eberly, Jean-Claude Belay, and David Okori. For VBU, Nick?
Well, there's no surprise here. Goalkeeper will be Griffin Potter. He's been fantastic. Rounding out the defense, Franco Trinidadi, Bomba Hermoso, Josh Condit, and Aiden Cass. A little switch up there. Jonathan Lighting out, Aiden Cass in. On the midfield, it's PK Stoffel, Alexander Moody, and Cooper Kieran. And playing the front lines, Owen Ruddy, Timmy Ennin, and Sammy Murphy. Rounding out VBU's starting 11. Should be a good one.
And you mentioned Potter. We talked about the VBU offense. Obviously have to talk about the play that he has had. He's been phenomenal all season long so far and gets another stiff test here tonight against this DC United side.
Yeah, Potter hasn't gotten a whole lot of playing time as of late when we're just looking at friendly matchups, but in USL2 play, he started all 7 games and alone 4 goals allowed. That's a .57 goals allowed on average for those of you that can't do the math on top of your head like I can't. Griffin Potter's been nothing short of fantastic, and he's got to give a lot of credit to his defense. Hermoso stepped up his play after a couple lapses early on. Condit's been an absolute monster, and Trinidadi rounds out that wall. We usually see Leiden in there, who's been fantastic, but don't sleep on Aiden Cass. He often likes to come up on the wing, and he's nailed a couple assists in friendlies as well.
And you mentioned that back line. VBU, some experience there, some veteran leadership there. You look at the likes of Lighting, who was not starting tonight, but as well as Hermoso and as well as Hermoso and Trinidadi. Those two staples in the VBU lineup. They're going to lean on him again heavy here tonight.
They definitely will. And another guy they're going to lean on is Alexander Moody, who's a first-year player for United, but has shown out in ways that we could not have imagined. He leads the team in goals with 3, scored one of them in a 2-0 victory last past week against Nova. But he's absolutely bursting with energy, has not sat a minute this season in USL2 play. He's emerged as one of the team's largest and most prominent leaders. And if we're talking about veterans on this team, although it's his first year, he brings so much experience and so much leadership to this young United squad that's another player that they're going to have to lean on going against a academy team for a professional squad like DCU.
Moody, one of those players that we've talked about who's coming from Virginia Wesleyan. We hit on that at the start of the season. A little bit of a Virginia Wesleyan flavor to this side. He's just a piece of that, an important piece of that. But we're going to step aside. National Anthem. We'll have opening kickoff when we come back. VB United and DC United under 23. Lineups announced, national anthem done. No better time than the present to get this one started. VB United back at home after that 2-0 victory you mentioned over Nova just 3 short days ago. They want to keep that momentum. We've hit on the offense, the defense, but for Coach Mills, really a strong start to this season. Keys for VBU to try to come out on top here and really make a statement after this DC United side tied Lionsbridge.
Well, I think it starts at the forward spot for United. You don't have your usual starting 3 in there as Ethan Taylor. He does not get the start tonight. We might see him off the bench, but if they're going to I'm losing my train of thought. I'm so excited. If they're going to want to come out with a win tonight, guys like Owen Ruddy and Timmy Ennin are going to have to step up and capitalize on open looks, because I'm pretty positive that DCU is not going to give Sammy Murphy a whole lot of chances. And then it just starts with the defensive unit. You mentioned earlier how they've been absolutely fantastic. They're going to have to be absolutely fantastic. DC United is a prominent and dominating force in the MLS. They're second in the league in most cups, championships, for those of you that do not get my bridge. But this is just going to be an interesting game to watch. We don't know a whole lot about this DCU team as we have never covered them before. It's their first visit to the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, but it's got to start with the forward position, and the defense has got to just keep playing as they've been playing.
This DC United roster filled with collegiate players and maybe a little bit of familiarity. We'll see how things play out. Michael Eberle from DC United playing collegiately with Owen Ruddy at Old Dominion. Several other crossovers from VCU, guys who have seen each other. So a little bit of familiarity, not a completely brand new scouting report from some of these guys, but as we've seen this summer, things change as the summer goes on. Players have come into their own, stepped up in big ways. It'll be exciting to see what the night has in store for us, as a big visit from the DC United Academy side here to take on Virginia Beach United. We see DC United in black, Virginia Beach United in the white tops, blue shorts, and Red Sox just off to the right-hand side of your screen there.
Yeah, it's the debut of the white jersey. It's a brand new kit. Those of you that wish can auction on the game-worn jerseys following the game, but I think it looks fresh. I can't imagine what it's like to be a DC United player wearing that black in this sweltering heat. But it's going to be a fun one, and it's easy to differentiate, which will be nice for us.
And, of course, as you mentioned, head over to Facebook and follow the link on the VBU Facebook page if you want to bid on one of those kits. Profits going to charity, but like you said, would not want to be in the all black with the heat today, as things hitting mid-90s here in Virginia Beach, and that turf, well, as all turf does, holding some heat, spicing things up a little bit, starting to cool down as we get underway, but still a warm day here in Virginia Beach nonetheless.
Yeah, it's going to be even warmer tomorrow. I'm sure those United players and the Virginia Beach players are somewhat thrilled that that game doesn't come tomorrow, where it's going to be a high of about 94, 95.
Quick turnover chance, DC United trying to start fast. Shot, and Potter gets his mitts on it. He gets a first look, first test. That went right to him, and he just looks around, directs traffic, tells his guys to settle right down. Let's get back at it. But that was a Corey who had the first opportunity for United.
Yeah, Griffin Potter, you mentioned a test. He's passed several of those this year. No surprise he stopped the easy shot right to him. Definitely a good play, then good signs early for United.
As Murphy tried to work with Tridati down the near line, couldn't quite get it to go. DC United will see pressure from Murphy once more. Throw-in goes out to United. It's Tridati there to toss it back in for the home side.
One thing I love about this Virginia Beach United attack is just the pressure they apply on the defensive side. They're not just one-trick ponies. They know how to play some defense, and they've caused several turnovers that have equated to scores on the defensive side.
Long ball all the way through from Hermoso was intended for Aiden Cass. That one just out of his reach, and it'll be a goal kick for DC United.
And there's Cass coming up early. I mentioned before how he sprints from way back to way up. He's got the absolute fantastic stamina and endurance, and he's got a beautiful touch on the ball. Pair of assists in friendly games so far for the Lynchburg freshman.
Long ball, tried to play ahead to Mikey Eberle, the aforementioned ODU product. Couldn't crowd in. United will regroup off of a throw-in. Good ball movement from the visitors early on. Good step and tackle, though, by Condit to steal that one right off the foot and bring it back to VB United.
Yeah, the defense kind of getting a little muddled early. You've seen Tridati playing ahead of Murphy on the defensive side. Same with Cass. Hopefully the squad can get into rhythm. They had a long layover before its game with Nova FC, and hopefully these first few minutes they'll be able to work out some kinks as they return to Harold Hershiser Field.
Tried to play far post, and just unable to get there in time was Stoffel. As United trying to go cross pitch. They had the look, just couldn't quite get it there. Timmy Ennin was also headed to that back post. That'll be out for a goal kick for DC United.
But you can already see VBU setting up the plays with two attackers rushing in. We've seen that a few times where there seems to be two threats on a late cross or a through ball, and the lead guy lets it through or the back guy draws some attention, and that leads to a more prominent and open Virginia Beach United opportunity. And oftentimes they've capitalized, so keep an eye out for that.
Both sides really looking to utilize kind of that long through ball early on. See if things kind of settle down. Innan tries to step. He's able to tackle and pull that one away. Feeds back. Chance, it's Stoffel. Wants to give right back to Innan. Just saves it on the sideline. I'll play back to Kieran.
Kieran's been one of those guys that doesn't get involved too much in the offense and the shooting aspect, but he loves to direct traffic, and he's fantastic at it.
Good step by Maldonado. Gets the ball out momentarily. Innan in the box. Wanted to feed up to the top corner. Couldn't quite get it to the intended target. DC United can't clear as Stradati holds for Beach.
Yeah, and the man that just couldn't corral that was Owen Ruddy. He's getting his second consecutive start in the forward position. Usually plays defense at ODU. Might just be a lack of experience and a lack of comfortability, with the ODU product up front.
DC United slowing things down. Near side. Across the middle. Chance wanted to get a man cutting through the defense, but Potter's going to come out and will settle near side of the box. Just wants to slow things back down, and that's part of that presence we've seen from Potter really all season. He's not afraid to just slow the pace back down when he feels like his guys might be getting a little too eager, a little too antsy.
Yeah, and he's the oldest player on this team, and that's just veteran leadership and experience. And that's what you want in a goalkeeper, somebody that can kind of calm your team down, especially when he's not playing the entire field like 10 of the other guys are. You love to see it from Potter. He knows his team more than anybody, and he talked about it with Wavy News this past week about how thrilled he is about this team's performance, and they still have so much to prove, and it starts tonight.
Big takeaway there given to Innan. Flag goes up, though, as Adnan had his arm up on the defensive side, but Innan sure was about a half step in front of the defense, offside on Beach, and so the restart goes to DC United.
You don't see a whole lot of that for Virginia Beach United. They've gotten bailed by offsides on defense, particularly against Charlottesville FC. But on the offensive side, Virginia Beach has been extremely disciplined throughout the season with regards to staying onside and taking correct reads off passes.
Played to the middle. Fields for DC United. A little battle on the sideline. Going to go out. It'll be DC United with the throw-in.
Nice play by Cass there to stifle that ensuing possession by DCU. They've kept the pressure on early, and the defense has been a little shaky, but has not bent over backwards quite yet.
Jovel plays to Adnan. They'll swing it back around, and DC United taking their time trying to find the opportunities. Away to Beach, though, and drawing the whistle on a good play was Stoffel. Nice little pass right to him from Murphy. Sets up the free kick opportunity here for Beach.
They've been fantastic at these so far. The set pieces, just offensively, have been among the most impressive things that Beach has done to start its 2024 campaign. This time, though, they just play back to Hermoso.
Unable to really get all of it there on the far side. It looked like it was Condit, and so DC United goes to the sideline. Out on the visitor zone will be a throw in for Beach.
Yeah, not a whole lot of offensive action to start this one out. The lone shot coming from DCU, which Potter stifled. But both teams feeling each other out, which we've seen from Beach several times this year.
Kieran through the middle, side tap over. Trying to find a gap was Innan. Turadati had to go off the side of his foot, not quite as much of it as he hoped. Moody pressuring, almost got enough of it to redirect that attempt, but DC United the other way onto the offensive half. Feed to the middle. Eberly. Centering feed. Chance shot and a sliding save there not allowing that one to get on goal was Trinidadi. As the chance for Fields. Onogo United here again to the middle, sliding and taking that one away from his teammate, maybe unintentionally, was Henry Watchman. It'll go out and it'll be beach ball here on the near side.
Sometimes Trinidadi does not get as much credit as he should on the defensive side of the ball. He obviously is the prominent offensive scorer and weapon on the defensive side for Virginia Beach United. But you saw him there, just an absolutely fantastic play. Needed it as Potter was moving away from the shot. Trinidadi coming in clutch early for Virginia Beach.
Solid heads-up play by the United veteran. Keeping this one at a 0-0 score as we hit the 10th minute. Whistle goes against Virginia Beach, and a chance on the set piece here for DC United as Jovel directing where he wants his guys, and will try to set things up from the right side of the goal.
Hermoso not pleased with that call. He thought Trinidadi got ball, and an ensuing tangle of two DCU players and a Virginia Beach player, that being Trinidadi, led to the stumble and the eventual whistle. Nonetheless, no change. But Hermoso has the reputation to get in the face of officials. 1 card so far this season.
Maldonado just plays it back, long shot. That one arcing up and over the goal. I don't know, it'll be a goal kick for United. For Virginia Beach United, DC United, though, with another look there here in the 11th minute.
Yeah, Beach's offense needs to get something going. They've had the ball over midfield a few times, just sloppy play and a couple quick turnovers have succumbed to those possessions. Virginia Beach wants to come away with a win and test its mettle in a game against DC United. It needs to improve its offensive play because the defense can't be working like this, especially in this heat.
Off the throw-in, DC United through the middle, pulled away. That's Stoffel. Played back to Condit. He'll take a few steps looking for some space. Chips past one man, wanted a little bit of a give and go. Option wasn't there. Ruddy and Innan will try to track it down, but DC United will just play back to the keeper.
Once again, the offense just not clicking there for Virginia Beach. We mentioned how there are some unfamiliar faces in the lineup tonight. Aiden Cass and Owen Ruddy being the two outliers. Could just be a gel issue so far. These guys not getting a whole lot of first-team reps with one another. Timmy Ennan also, he's been shifted in and out of that starting position several times this year. So knocking off the rust with the Portland University graduate also just happens to be a struggle, especially early on.
Trinidadi gonna move near side. This one gets to Murphy. Face guarded by one, steps over. Looks like he got snagged up by the turf monster. And DC United will come back the other way. Another short visit onto the offensive half of the pitch for Virginia Beach turns into DC United the other way.
When you're playing a game like soccer, it could be any sport, it feels a lot better when you're working on offense and getting these opportunities to score than when you're sweltering away on defense trying to stop the other team. It's a completely different mental game, and it feels a whole lot fresher when you're on offense. So you look at these DC United guys right now, they're playing with poise, they're playing with excitement. Virginia Beach needs to get some of those offensive possessions, get some shots off, get into a rhythm, and start playing with some heart.
Stoffel. Plenty of heart out there as played into the corner. Chasing that down, Cass, and couldn't get there in time. He'll slide over the end line. It goes for a goal kick for DC United. James Anderson, the Fairfield product. The man in lime green for DC United.
Both keepers wearing similar kits. The main difference is DC United's Anderson rocking the gray socks, where Potter's all in lime green.
Swung around to the far side by the visitors in all black. Long ball, played cross pitch, far sideline. Looking for space, cuts back across Ruddy. Comes near side. Settled, Jovel. Pressure from Tridati. Good defensive step, pushes the ball back a little bit. Heading to the middle. DC United, they'll give to Sanchez. Works with Jovel, long ball into the box. They wanted to connect with Eberly. Couldn't get it to him. Instead, his collegiate teammate Owen Ruddy will take it. Far sideline, and Beach swings back through, trying to work their way onto the attack. Far sideline, throw into DC United.
Josh Conant made a nice play on that last attempt by DCU. The tallest player on the pitch for United outside of Griffin Potter, using every inch of height there to knock that one away with the head.
Bouncing ball comes near side. Adnan. Pressure applied from Innan. Stoffel will step up to apply some pressure as well, but DC United into the offensive half on the attack. Intercepted Moody, taken back away, pushed to the sideline. And both sides saying it's theirs. It's going to go to Virginia Beach United. Throw in this time taken by Cass.
One guy we haven't seen infused into the offense so far is Alexander Moody. Virginia Beach's leading scorer. He needs to get more touches early on, get this thing moving for Virginia Beach.
And right on cue, there's Moody. He's going to pass near side to Tridati. Has a couple with him. Murphy had to jump a little bit higher than he was trying to as he settled it. DC United will take it and play back to the keeper, Anderson.
Murphy not having the best luck with the ball early on, tripping up in about the 11th minute over the ball on that one, just taking a rude hop, bouncing out of his way. DC United able to capitalize.
Here in the 16th minute, 0-0 the score. DC United under 23 and Virginia Beach United. Hermoso heads that one back to Potter. He'll move through, rolling it to Kiernan. Works cross pitch. Playing back Hermoso, pressure applied from Eberly. And they'll swing back through the keeper to the near side.
Virginia Beach, once again, just having trouble sustaining possessions over midfield. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but it's all we have to talk about with their offensive performance so far. Hoping this team can get one together, and I think it's just missing Ethan Taylor early on.
Up near the midfield line, taken away DC United. Eberly on the run. Tridati tried to pressure. Delayed him just enough for Hermoso to stop. Ball going to be played ahead to Innan. That one tips off the foot of a DC United player. Throw in for Virginia Beach. Murphy going to play just back to Tridati, who lets it sit and holds.
Watch out for Tridati, though. He's fantastic on the cross balls.
Moody has a man on the run, sends it across. Settling underneath it. To the middle. Bouncer, Innan. Top of the box, just overran it. DC United tries to clear. Tridati steps a man and keeps it for Virginia Beach United. Back towards midfield. Kieran plays to Condit. Tridati tapped along. Was hoping he had Murphy going down the sideline. No miscommunication between the two. And it'll be out for a throw-in. DC United taking it as Jovel.
One of the better looks and better possessions for Virginia Beach on that one. Cass with a cross that just found nobody, put Ennin in a weird space.
Murphy takes a little forearm into the back as he was running away from the defender, Tercios. So it'll be a free kick here taken by Tridati, it looks like, for Virginia Beach United. Waiting for the ball to come back around.
I'm surprised we're not seeing more guys huddle into the box. As on cue, I was going to mention him, Hermoso. You usually see him in these situations just because of his height and the power he possesses in that right foot. Look out for him on the far side, wearing the captain's armband. He's hungry for a score, hasn't had one in over a month.
Played into the box, chance. There's Hermoso. That one goes up with the flag. And the right idea, you hit it right on cue, as Moody and Hermoso were there, but good defensive awareness by DC United negates any opportunity. And they'll take the chance to just slow right back down and restart things here as we enter the 20th minute.
Moody and Hermoso both collapsing on that ball. As Hermoso getting a talk to by the official, it appeared that Hermoso got his right foot on it and it just bounced off the back of Alexander Moody. Maybe a little miscommunication there as well.
Through the middle for DC United, they work to Watchman. Up ahead, Okori.
Virginia Beach appears to have settled in a little bit more.
Ball working back, DC United. They're going to move near sideline. Jovel toward the end line as Condit was trying to box out his man, but a good effort there getting to it and trying to send it to the middle, forcing Potter to play it, was DC United. So Potter's going to walk to the middle of the pitch, slow things down, look for his options, and he finds Stradati near sideline with a nice long throw.
Both Condit and the man he was boxing out both hit the turf. This game has been physical early, several bodies hitting the ground. Not a whole lot of whistles to go alongside it, which in a friendly matchup I kind of enjoy, especially when there's nothing necessarily on the line except pride for both these teams.
Stradati steps in, cuts to the middle, gives Ruddy, tapped off his foot. DC United, Eberly, gonna look to move ahead. Hermoso tied up, looking for a call, not gonna get one. DC United will come back the other way.
Hermoso needs to be a little bit more aware there. He knows that the whistle is not being blown a whole lot tonight, and as he's the last man on that Virginia Beach defensive line, he needs
United into the box. Chance there as DC United just caught offside. Sorry to cut you off, but a great scoring chance was brewing for the visitors here in the 22nd minute.
No, I completely understand, Isaac. No apologies needed. Hermoso found his way back on the defensive side, so he likely wanted to shut me up as well.
And we talked about when VBU was caught offside. This time they catch DC United offside. Good defensive awareness and that veteran presence in the back line for VBU. They're going to move to Girardi near side. Heads up play to catch and get that call on what was brewing into a great offensive opportunity. Far side, Ennin is there. Ball goes out off him though, and it'll be DC United.
Officials really letting the boys play tonight. That one looked like it could have been a call on end. We saw one earlier where Stradati slid into a Virginia Beach, or a DC United, defenseman. He ended up hitting the turf as well. Officials very lenient early on. I wonder if that'll hold as the game tails into its later minutes.
Just about halfway through the opening stanza, 0-0 the score. As you mentioned, certainly a free-flowing aspect to this one. We haven't seen it times, have seen it others, but officials letting these two teams play a little physical in the early stages. We'll see how things sort out down the stretch as Hermoso picks it out of midair, sends it back.
I'm sure Chris Mills
Flag up offside is Eberly just a hair ahead of Condit. That's going to be a battle to keep an eye on, Eberly and Condit. Those are the two boxing out in the corner, and a good opportunity as that one's going to keep going all night long.
Yeah, Condit so far has the advantage in the battle, but Eberly is causing him some problems early on. That one, Condit didn't even have to get physical, just played the smart game, got the flag drawn, Virginia Beach ball.
Hermoso. Condit plays up. Murphy. Near side, Stradati. Big left foot in, bounces right to James Anderson. And the DC United keeper launches it into the mitts. But putting one on goal for United, hoping to start things moving more and more that direction. All it takes is one to change the score.
A big look, and that's encouraging for Chris Mills, and if you're a Virginia Beach fan, that they're getting into that rhythm. Not every cross and not every through ball is going to equate to a score, but the fact that Virginia Beach is starting to get these looks and these open looks as well, these opportunities, compared to what we saw in the first 10 minutes of this game, is a huge difference and a positive one if you're a Virginia Beach fan and or player.
DC United taking their time and VBU kind of giving them a little bit of space. We've seen this on the other end of the pitch, but now it's Beach's chance to set and kind of bait DC United into making a bad pass to cough this one up, or forcing them to use the keeper there as Anderson has it, walks towards the top of the box, works cross pitch. They'll come right back. That one is Adnan.
Stoffel doing a fantastic job playing the center of that field. Caused a lot of problems for DC moving its way up the pitch.
Okori will take the throw in. And with the quick stoppage with the heat, I believe we're going to have a hydration break at the 25-minute mark. So 20 minutes to go. First whistle really after the halfway point of this opening frame. VBU, DC United under 23, 0-0 the score. Just under 20 minutes to go, half number one. Bouncing back and forth, both teams have had opportunities. Really can't say one team has had more opportunities than the other in the early stages of this one.
No, you really can't. Both teams falling victim to the offsides flag, and both teams just not getting all of their shots. Trodati on that cross there where he attempted to fit it through to Ennin, seemed to bounce his foot off the turf. And on the other side, it was Okori who had the opening look. Didn't get quite all of it and just grounded it on a low line, soft line drive right to Potter. Both teams just feeling each other out, and the whistle's not flying. So a lot of bodies hitting the floor. The heat doesn't add to it, a whole lot of exhaustion. Expect a lot of substitutions come second half, especially in a friendly matchup where victory is not vital.
And we'll see what the second half lineups look like when we come to that. As we mentioned the friendly against Lionsbridge. Lionsbridge played two completely different lineups apart from the keeper. So we'll see what VBU does. A lengthy roster and a lengthy listing of guys available, but nonetheless, even look at the guys who didn't start for Beach tonight. Plenty of skill, plenty of experience, and it'll be interesting to see what they're able to do here in the second half, if that's the route that Coach goes with.
There's several substitutions on this list of Virginia Beach roster. I could go through it if I really please. We've mentioned Ethan Taylor. Juan Valiente has been a scoring threat. Josh Nevins has been a player that's played with a lot of heart on the defensive side. You could basically field an entire 11 with what you see on the bench. As you mentioned, Lionsbridge actually played its second team in the first half, which is what they ended up scoring in. The first team could not register a tally against the DC United U23 defensive unit. It'll be interesting to see. We've seen several substitutions, back in, back out, in some weird positions. We even saw Ben Wilkinson, who's been nothing but a defenseman for Virginia Beach, play forward in a game, in an inter-squad game on Virginia Beach Straw Night.
As back to the action here, just under 20 minutes to go. Half number one, Virginia Beach United and DC United U23. As long ball played ahead, chance DC United pops one up. Good angle through the football uprights, but just wide, or just high, I should say, of the soccer goal. Good opportunity, though, as that one was Henry Watchman trying to streak through and put the visitors on top early.
Watchman been a little quiet to start this one. We've seen him hanging around about 20 yards outside the net. That time, a burst of life from the forward of DC United as Stoffel passes it up to Ruddy.
Virginia Beach United moving ahead. Collision, ball stays with Beach. Move near side. Murphy holds, cuts to the middle, wants to get that right foot free. All he's able to do, though, is move it over to the sideline. Telly was cutting across, wanted to put it on net, couldn't get it there. Pass goes through, Ennin tries to pressure, clearing attempt, deflects off Ennin and just rolls out. Looking at it was Maldonado, and the DC United captain just lets it roll out for a goal kick.
Smart play there for DC United's captain. This is a lot better of an opportunity for the DC United team. Get its team set, take a little breather. And Virginia Beach has traditionally applied pressure. If there were to be a kick without a set position, you would see guys like Ennin and Stoffel come up and try and force a turnover.
On the run, DC United trying to catch Beach with numbers. Cut to the middle, shot chip up. Potter hands on it, kissed the crossbar, rolls to the sideline, and just able to clear it out, but held.
What a play by Griffin Potter. One of the better saves we've seen from him all season. Just taps that one enough.
DC United, pressure applied from Moody, second chance. That one deflects its way in. Potter's got his third save of the afternoon. And as we've seen him do time and time again, he's going to slow this one back down intentionally, bringing the pace to a crawl.
That's a play that we're going to have to remember when we reach the 90th minute mark. If Potter doesn't get alone, it appeared 2 fingers on that ball and redirects it to hit the crossbar. It's a different tale we might tell at the end of this one.
Ball played ahead, trying to catch up to it on the run. Stoffel, good positioning from Sanchez. Oh, Stoffel almost collected that one off the foot of James Anderson.
He's been busy over there.
United trying to counter that DC United attempt with one of their own. Ennin pulls up. Looked like he might have almost had a beat on it, but couldn't get there quick enough on the through ball from Murphy.
Ennin's got the speed to get there. That one just beyond his reach. He's fast. He's not Usain Bolt fast. We've seen him catch up to several of those so far this year, both on crosses ahead of him in his 2 scores for Virginia Beach.
Chance far side, it's Eberle for DC United. Played up, Ruddy taps over, Stoffel in a foot race. Holds up. Nice tackle made on the far side by Chuk. Pushes it out, it'll be a VB United throw-in.
Pace definitely increasing as we near the 30th minute for both these teams. It's appeared for the majority of this first frame that both squads just feeling each other out. Now it's a track race up and down the pitch, back and forth, shots on shots on shots.
As Murphy colliding with Akori, and now, Moody. Moody seems to have gotten a little caught up as he went tumbling. Free kick will be coming up for DC United.
Yeah, Moody limping away. We hope he's okay. Without him, who knows what Virginia Beach can do the remainder of the year. Its team's leading scorer, captain in the midfield. He's been vital to this squad, and he's a large reason as to why this team sits at where it sits, first place in the Chesapeake Division. Hasn't lost in over 40 days. This team needs Alexander Moody. Chris Mills needs Alexander Moody, and the fans need Alexander Moody.
DC United, slow roll. 31st minute. 0-0 the score. Both sides with opportunities. DC plays through. Eberle, right side. Strikes it wide, rolling to the end line. Curls just shy of the flag, and it'll be a throw-in.
That's the first time we've seen Condit truly get beat by Eberle. Just misread the ball there. Allowed the forward from ODU to get ahead of him. Led to a good look. Everly just could not capitalize.
Played back, Potter. Condit, of course, one of the Virginia Wesleyan products on this Virginia Beach lineup with Moody, both receiving regional honors this year. Stoffel, long ball played, Ruddy runs on to the middle, chance. Had Murphy as well as Trudati. Trudati going to collect, will feed back to Murphy. There's Condit. Cross played. Collected, given Moody. No work to Kieran through the midfield.
When you're talking about those Virginia Wesleyan guys, don't forget Griffin Potter.
As on the inline, chance played up. Flag had gone up. And not too certain about that call, but call was made. Looked to be very, very close, but Potter, as you mentioned, back to our local products, didn't play this past season with Moody and Condit, but a Virginia Wesleyan product who played under Coach Mills while he was at Virginia Wesleyan.
He had a chance to be around Moody and Condit this year. Potter, after graduating in 2022, received first-team all-conference honors that season, returned to his alma mater to become a goalkeepers coach and assistant coach for the Marlins. So definitely built some sort of chemistry with the other two Virginia Wesleyan products on Virginia Beach.
As we're going to get a few substitutions, mainly coming on for DC United. Moody also getting a rest there for Virginia Beach, as they play down a man right now, if my counting quickly is correct.
I just counted as well, Isaac, and you're spot on. 9 on the field right now for Virginia Beach. Looks like Michael Wayland in the box. I can't tell right now.
34th minute for Virginia Beach United, 0-0 the score. Trying to dance past the defender was Hermoso. His pass to the middle, just out of Ennen's reach. DC United now, good step right in. As Beach able to pull away, they give Trudati. He has Murphy with him, instead going to feed back to Kieran.
And a great play there, you mentioned it, by Aiden Cass. Not the flashiest statistics on the team, and not the flashy statistics in college. Several Division I guys sitting behind the Lynchburg product, but it's for good reason. Cass, the freshman, plays with an awful lot of heart and an awful lot of confidence. Was the man of the match against Ashland Town, where he recorded an assist and was a threat on the defensive side.
Condit tries to connect with Trudati. Into the box, flag goes up once more. And Virginia Beach United getting nabbed on the offside multiple times so far in this one. Just got to keep those heads up a little bit more, maybe have a little bit additional awareness.
That's 4 offsides calls now on United. We haven't seen the offsides flag fly in several appearances here at home. This is uncharacteristic of Virginia Beach and likely is just due to the experience and the competition level of DC United. They are an MLS Academy team, but definitely shocking to see early on. As it's discouraging as well as you work for these possessions, just to have them be mute due to the flag.
As Campbell Stalker comes on for Virginia Beach United to replace Moody, the Siena commit.
Stalker has appeared in a couple games for Virginia Beach. Taking a few shots, particularly against Ashland Town. When it comes to USL 2 action, Stalker, who you mentioned, the Siena commit has not received any playing time so far. Hopefully fighting for position tonight in a game against a worthy opponent.
Kieran cleared it out, but the whistle gone as the whistle drawn by Stoffel. Ball will come back, 37th minute. Rolling down in half number 1. Virginia Beach United and DC United under 23 tied at 0.
That Alexander Moody substitution likely has to do with that fall he took midway through the first half. In a friendly matchup, you don't want to risk your star or one of your stars getting hurt long term in a friendly matchup.
DC United swinging back through Jovel. Far sideline, the visitors. Now moving up ahead. Middle of the pitch. They're going to come near side. Jovel tries to play through to the box, but Trodati got his foot right there. It comes back onto the other half of midfield, and United just comes right back.
Yeah, fantastic job once again. Trodati in the mix early on the defensive side, stopping a few of those DC United possessions.
Hermoso looking for the long airmail. Connects. Stoffel. Flag goes up once more. And he's not happy with the man on the side. As some of these getting tight calls, but none of them going United's way.
That one appeared to be a little bit less close than the one on Ennin. Stoffel was long ahead of the DC United defensive unit. You saw them just peel back, particularly Adnan, who was working with Stoffel. That's 5 now, though, for Virginia Beach. I don't have the number with me, but my instincts tell me it's a season high, without a doubt.
Certainly feels like it through the first 7 USL 2 games and the first 2 friendlies. As Adnan walks up, tries to draw the defender to him, will pass back. Anderson, the keeper. Played over, that one gonna bounce out, and it'll be a Virginia Beach United throw-in. Cass will be the man there to take it far sideline.
The speed of this game has definitely succumbed a little bit after the climax in about the 30th minute. Both teams taking their time more and more as the first half wanes on.
Creeping into the 41st minute. The way this one's played out, I don't expect a ton of stoppage time. Ball into the box. Potter going to track it down and collects near side. Another dangerous opportunity for DC United. BBU will try to clear out. Murphy steps around his man, but the ball couldn't get around him. Tapped down, it'll be a throw in for Beach.
If you're Virginia Beach and you're playing the comparison game to Lionsbridge, you can either be pleased that you haven't allowed a goal to tickle the twine, or you can be frustrated that you haven't scored. Nonetheless, unless we see some action in the remainder of this first half, Virginia Beach will enter the second frame in a 0-0 contest.
As Murphy getting a quick conversation from the official after a little bit of extra shove handed to Adnan. Those two in an arm-in-arm race trying to get to that one before it went out, leading to the goal kick for DC United.
That just has to be a buildup of frustration within these Virginia Beach offensive players. We've seen it with Ennin. Ruddy visibly upset at times, and there Murphy just falling victim to the offsides flags. It's been deteriorating to this offense that has gotten into more of a rhythm but still hasn't found the perfect note.
Condit comes back to him with pressure being applied. Gets a little shove from Maldonado. Beach going to regroup. Hard pressure coming from DC United. A work to the middle. Hermoso taps away. Stoffel looks far side for Cass. Settles, taps back. Ruddy. Middle of the pitch. Look, trying to free the right foot. Just gives back for Ruddy. Center a chance. Pulled out. And DC United trying to come back the other way, but good work by Hermoso on Eberly. Kicks the ball over to Turdani. Murphy wanted to connect on the through run. Couldn't get it there. DC United will try to counter. Okori looks for Eberly, and flag goes up as DC United not happy with that call, but we've seen numerous ones go against United. Now we're seeing a few go against DC United.
Yeah, I mentioned at least how frustrated Virginia Beach appeared. DC United extremely vocal in their anger with the officials as the lead man goes over to Eberly to give him a stern talking to. We could hear him from the booth, or at least I could, yelling he was outside the box.
Eberly not too happy with the call on that one, as now we're going to get a card handed out on a shove the other way. That, of course, nothing to do with the conversation Eberly had, but the card to Adnan is getting a little extra physicality in there on Tridati. So set up the opportunity. Our first card of the evening coming in the 44th minute.
One reason I think this United offense has not gotten into rhythm is no corners. That's where they do most of their damage, is off those corner kicks.
Tridati delivers. Header played up. DC United will track it down towards midfield. Tridati cutting across the pitch. Tries to give it back. They'll reset. Kieran wanted to little tap back quick with Tridati. Couldn't get it to him. Throw in for DC United. 45th minute. Shouldn't necessarily have a ton of stoppage time. We'll see what the official word is, though, as we approach the end of half number one.
I couldn't imagine it be greater than 1 minute. The most stoppages we have had have been for the water breaks, but the clock has stopped in those moments of non-game action. Other than that, it's been a couple whistles, not a whole lot of balls tailing out of bounds.
DC United trying to play through, but Condit got the foot in the way. Virginia Beach clears out past midfield. DC United will look for the long ball far side. One-on-one chance, cut to the middle, into the box. They're tapped and in as DC United, the beautiful cross, and Okori gets his foot on it out of midair, taps it past Potter, and then taps it in. It's 1-0 DC United.
A fantastic through ball there by DC United, and Okori pokes it over Potter's head for the finish. I'm sure that relieves some of the frustration within the nation's capital's academy team. We finally get some action, and it comes in the last remaining minute of the first half.
As Okori was right there, and a beautiful pass played right through. Potter did everything he could, but Okori just taps it past the Virginia Beach keeper here in the final moments of this half number one.
Not a whole lot Potter could have done there. Okori just benefits of fantastic footwork and ball handling, able to lift it up as that ends our first half.
And so after a first half that saw plenty of back and forth action, opportunities on both sides, it wasn't until the very final play of half number one that either side was able to break through. DC United getting a goal from McCory. For Virginia Beach United, though, nothing to hold their heads low at. They came out, kind of weathered a storm to start, had some chances of their own, but Coach Mills is going to have some pointers for his team heading into the locker room, I'm sure.
Some pointers definitely, and maybe some substitutions as well. Bring in some of these veteran guys to try and create a spark for this Virginia Beach team, but the defense overall has played extremely well. Potter, I believe, despite letting up that one goal, has played well. I bet you most of his points are just going to come on the offensive unit, taking care of the ball. Ball movement away from Trinidadi and away from Murphy, the two guys that have handled it for the majority of this game on the near side. It's been predictable at times for Virginia Beach.
And so we will step aside. We'll see what half number two has in store when we return, both for the lineup but also for the action. DC United under 23 leading Virginia Beach United 1-0 after the first half. We'll be back with second half action in just a little bit.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
We're just gonna make this work, okay?
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Treat yourself to a visit to the Drip Bar IV Hydration and Vitamin Therapy in Virginia Beach. Boost your immunity, increase your energy, and promote anti-aging with our personalized treatments designed to ensure efficient nutrition absorption to rejuvenate your mind and body. Come see our chic and relaxing day spa for yourself today. We welcome walk-ins and appointments. Our medical professionals will help you achieve your best health and answer all your questions. The Drip Bar at Lansdowne Commons in Virginia Beach.
Established in 1997, Rush Soccer has a proven track record of player development and produced hundreds of professional players over the last 25 years. With strong foundations through our core values like passion and enjoyment, with a global network spanning over 125 communities on 6 continents, Rush Soccer provides a world of resources and opportunities for players. Be a part of something bigger. By joining the Rush, you'll have access to our world-class programming, like our college advisory program, player development program, Rush Select program, and exclusive educational resources. Your passion for the game will reach new heights. And the best part, Rush Soccer is dedicated to helping both players and the club front office grow and succeed. You'll be part of a passionate and purposeful community, united by a shared love of soccer. Whether you want to play for fun and enjoy the game of soccer, or have the ambition to play at a high level, Rush Soccer offers the largest pathway with direct connections to professional teams around the world. Check out our social media and website to find out when and where you can come to our Rush tryouts.
As a lifelong local, avid waterman, coach at Kellam High School, coach at the Virginia Rush Soccer Club, also a member at Virginia Beach National and Henry Reed Golf Club. The 757 is a great place to live and play. As a seasoned realtor at the Bryan Group, I know I can find you the perfect home.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients, and we're more than a hospital.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients, and we're more than a hospital.
Established in 1997, Rush Soccer has a proven track record of player development and produced hundreds of professional players over the last 25 years. With strong foundations through our core values like passion and enjoyment. With a global network spanning over 125 communities on 6 continents, Rush Soccer provides a world of resources and opportunities for players. Be a part of something bigger. By joining the Rush, you'll have access to our world-class programming, like our college advisory program, player development program, Rush Select program, and exclusive educational resources. Your passion for the game will reach new heights. And the best part, Rush Soccer is dedicated to helping both players and the club front office grow and succeed. You'll be part of a passionate and purposeful community, united by a shared love of soccer. Whether you want to play for fun and enjoy the game of soccer, or have the ambition to play at a high level, Rush Soccer offers the largest pathway with direct connections to professional teams around the world. Check out our social media and website to find out when and where you can come to our Rush tryouts.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Get ready for a season of thrills and excitement. Virginia Beach United invites you to experience the adrenaline of USL League 2 Pro Soccer. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $7 for kids, and children 5 and under are free. It's the perfect family outing filled with fun and entertainment. Secure your seats now for a season of unforgettable soccer moments with Virginia Beach United. Don't miss out.
Established in 1997, Rush Soccer has a proven track record of player development and produced hundreds of professional players over the last 25 years. With strong foundations through our core values like passion and enjoyment, with a global network spanning over 125 communities on 6 continents, Rush Soccer provides a world of resources and opportunities for players. Be a part of something bigger. By joining the Rush, you'll have access to our world-class programming, like our college advisory program, player development program, Rush Select program, and exclusive educational resources. Your passion for the game will reach new heights. And the best part, Rush Soccer is dedicated to helping both players and the club front office grow and succeed. You'll be part of a passionate and purposeful community, united by a shared love of soccer. Whether you want to play for fun and enjoy the game of soccer, or have the ambition to play at a high level, Rush Soccer offers the largest pathway with direct connections to professional teams around the world. Check out our social media and website to find out when and where you can come to our Rush tryouts.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
Second half action from Harold Hersheimer Field, brought to you by the great folks over at Wawa. I'm Isaac Berkey. He is the young Nick King, talking about the music in stadium coming out before he was born, making me feel like I'm much older than I actually am, but that doesn't matter anymore. Virginia Beach United trailing DC United under 23 1-0 after the first half. DC United scoring in the 45th minute, the waning moments of the 45th minute. And we're getting a bit of a change on both sides. We'll get to the lineup as we go. But, Nick, first thoughts on the first half, thoughts on what we might see from this different VBU side coming out for half number 2.
We need to see Ethan Taylor. It's a shame that Alexander Moody likely won't return after falling with an injury and being taken out shortly thereafter. Key takeaways, Potter was fantastic, as Maloney will step in place for him. The offense, a little shaky, tough time getting some possessions together, but I thought the defensive unit was actually rather impressive, and I'm eager to see how they perform in the second half. As I can already tell you, Josh Condit out, Jonathan Lighting in, Juan Valiente also in for Timmy Ennin. No Ethan Taylor, however. Not sure what Coach Mills' call is there.
Friendly with both sides, getting experience, getting opportunity to showcase what they can do. You mentioned Valiente, a strong start, last 3 games, 3 goals. United down by 1, looking to get some offensive firepower going here early on. Keeper change on the VBU side, also on the DC United side. Wanwi Choi, the Missouri S&T Division II product, plays for the visitors as they'll swing things back around. Javi Sanchez gives to Choi, and Valiente will pressure the visitors.
Yeah, Valiente has scored all 3 goals in friendlies, a brace on VBU Strong night when he played for the red team against the blue team, and then against Ashland Town FC, scored a goal off an assist from Franco Trinidadi in the 44th minute that made it 3-1 United. We'll see how the Venezuelan fares tonight.
Aiden Cass causing a turnover. Hermoso will pick it up, but pulled back away by DC United. Eberly near side to Pendleton. He matches up with Kieran, throws one to the middle, header, top corner. That one's good. DC United up by 2 in the early stages of half number 2.
Some miscommunication there on the defensive side, and DC capitalizes. They targeted Jonathan Lighting, who just entered the game, lets his man blaze right past him. Easy header for the score off the cross, and unlike the first half, the fireworks popping early here in the second.
As DC United coming right in, Pendleton with the cross. It looked like the goal scored officially. We will have that for you in just a moment. Looked like it might have been Fields.
That's who I believe as well. Hard to see in that cluster of jerseys, but we saw the head.
As VB United off the kickoff caught Choi creeping out a little bit, tried to boot one over top of him. He had to punch it out, and surprisingly, not something that I thought we'd be seeing in the early stages of half number 2, but we've got our first corner kick for Virginia Beach United.
This is where Virginia Beach is at its best. Usually it's Ethan Taylor who takes these. Tonight it'll be Franco Trinidadi, who has taken a pair of these in USL2 play.
Trinidadi, a big leg, big foot. We'll see what he does with it here. Puts it in towards the front of the net. Had her chipped up to the far side as Murphy sprints after it. Collects. Good little pass off to the side. United, Kieran. Into the box. Choi all the way out, aggressive. Chance off the bounce, played there. Stoffel couldn't get it to go. As we're seeing early on, Choi not afraid to come sprinting out and play top of the box, play really wherever. So United might have some opportunities in that front to beat Choi, maybe catch him out of position as we get a few changes for United.
And there he is, Ethan Taylor coming in for Sammy Murphy. Looks like Owen Ruddy will be replaced as well for Sam Phillips. So 2 early changes on the front end for United.
Just about 5 minutes into half number 2. VBU down by 2. Late goal in half number 1, early goal in half number 2. Trying to find a little bit of an offensive spark. Lighting will pause and settle it. Long ball played through. Couldn't get it over. Trying to track it down is Stalker. The middle of the field. Trinidadi danced his way out of position, but United will get it back.
Surprised to see Murphy come out this early in the second half, especially considering that Virginia Beach is down 2-0, and Murphy, we've mentioned Taylor. I've mentioned Taylor all night. The team's coming into its game against Nova was the leader in points, was dethroned by Alexander Moody after he scored a goal nonetheless. 2 goals and 2 assists for the Louisville product. Him and Taylor are the team's top offensive weapons in the forward position. Virginia Beach now with only one of its top guns on offense.
Cooper Kieran plays far side. Coach Mills getting different looks at different opportunities. Of course, this a friendly. You always want to win, but VBU controlling their fate the rest of the way in USL League 2, the Chesapeake Division. An opportunity for that first division title, certainly heavy on the mind of Coach Mills as we prepare to head down the stretch for the final, call it, half of a month of the regular season.
And for those of you that caught it when Virginia Beach United was featured on Wavy's News 10, a couple things were brought up, but only one USL2 team other than Virginia Beach, and that was Lionsbridge. Clearly a team frequently on the mind of United. And if we're playing the comparison game, Lionsbridge, we already mentioned a 1-1 draw against DC United's U23 squad so early on this year.
Aggressive play by Cass almost causes a turnover. Great work by United to keep that in. Ayente, scissor kicked away from him. Kieran knocks it right down Broadway, picked back up towards the middle of the field. Hermoso knocked away from him, sprinting ahead in a foot race. Defensive positioning step, good play. It's Lighting. Slows things down. DC United, far side, clear to the middle. They were trying to work it back to Akori. He had the opening tally, was looking for number 2, but VB United able to clear.
Nice work by United.
Cross, top of the box, shot deflected. Chance for Sam Phillips. Trickled and rolled its way to Choi. And he's seen some shots coming his way in the early stages, but 2-0 the score still. VB United trailing DC United under 23.
Sam Phillips, a goal in USL2 play and a goal in the friendly against Ashland Town FC. Definitely capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. Good look there, just deflected off a DC United defender.
Looking to cut to the middle, hold back. Phillips applies pressure on Maldonado. Sanchez for DC United will give to Choi, the keeper, all the way out, creeping near the bottom of the circle at midfield.
And two more Virginia Beach players getting ready to come in. One of them I can see from here is Ben Wilkinson. I cannot identify the second as he stands behind the headman for Virginia Beach. But some early changes for the local squad.
DC United playing back through. Choi, the keeper, out once again. And you got to think, as this United side's looking at that, they already tried to chip it over his head once. Got to be something that might be on the mind as they look to get some offense going. Meanwhile, it's DC United trying to feed over to the far side. Ball deflected. Played back to the keeper is Maloney with some help from Hermoso. Able to get it back, but United going to see Lighting. Takes up far side of the pitch before giving to Kieran.
When we're talking about chipping it over Choi's head, look out for Hermoso and Kieran, probably the two strongest legs on the pitch right now for United, particularly Hermoso, who, as I touched on earlier, is hungry for a goal.
Phillips centering, deflected away, still top of the box, trying to get there. Whistle going to go as Stoffel gets a talking to from the official that wasn't quite happy with that call, but we're going to get a whistle and a couple of substitutions as Okori comes off for DC United. As looks like Isaac Espinal coming on for DC United. Meanwhile, for Virginia Beach United, off coming Aiden Cass, as well as
Franco Trinidadi.
Franco Trinidadi.
I got your back, Isaac. Don't you worry. Everett McCloskey and Ben Wilkinson, the two replacing the young gentleman for Virginia Beach.
As Choi, ball played back to him. He's just going to swing it near side. Wilkinson gets action early on, deflects it out. And Pendleton takes the throw in for DC United, 56th minute. DC United leading 2-0.
And Wilkinson, who struggled with a knee injury to start this season, starting to work his way back into the Virginia Beach lineup, has appeared in every friendly.
Step ahead, Valiente chips one over toward the goal, just rolls wide. As there's the chance with Choi, super aggressive. And he collided with the Virginia Beach attacker, but it'll be out for a goal kick for DC United.
That's one you wish you have back. Virginia Beach's best look all night. Just hit the raw end of the foot, Isaac. Valiente, a nice look, good opportunity. Just couldn't fit it in the right part of the pitch. And DC United maintains its 2-0 lead to start this second half.
Into the game for DC United, number 9, Jean-Claude Biles.
Jean-Claude Belay in for DC United. Off coming Brent Fields.
We were under the impression that Belay was going to start tonight. Instead, it was Watchman. Belay now gets his opportunity. The forward from VCU. He'll go against his teammate Trevor Maloney, who is in net for Virginia Beach.
Wilkinson, long throw in. Into the box, pressure applied. Second man for United comes in, tries to clear it out. Kieran plays all the way back for Lighting. Try to work up the near side. Wilkinson chasing a man down, and the flag goes up. and another offside call. We've seen plenty of those so far here tonight. First one of the second half here in the 59th minute. VBU trailing DC United under 23 2-0.
Nice play by Wilkinson there, one of the older veterans on this team and the longest tenured Virginia Beach United player on this squad.
Chance Valente into the box, feeds across, trying to center that. It was Sam Phillips, deflected off. It'll be a throw-in for Virginia Beach.
Wilkinson busy early. You see him there about to take the throw-in. Using those rested legs, to maybe change the tide.
Long throw-in into the box. Header pushed out. Wilkinson tries to get there to track it down. It's going to be played out. He'll get another throw-in right after.
Not only active tonight, but active for all aspects of Virginia Beach. Scored a goal in its U23 matchup on Father's Day. So definitely a player that can...
Into the box, back post. Chance still hold around to the line. Sliding out it was Choi. Taylor couldn't get there. A look for Taylor, wants to settle that and get the shot off. Just unable to do so. Goal kick DC United.
Virginia Beach applying the pressure early on offense, something that we didn't see throughout the first half. Sam Phillips a major part of that. A pair of crosses. That one not deflected. The other one was. Ethan Taylor in the vicinity, just couldn't reach it quite in time.
DC United, Choi just plays out to midfield. Stepping and kind of losing his footing over the ball was Taylor. DC will play near side on the run. Pendleton. Header pushed out Hermoso. Has a man. Tried to connect on the run. Couldn't corral it and keep it going with Stoffel. Throw in for DC United.
Stoffel, one of the lone remaining players on the pitch for United that started this matchup. The other being Hermoso and Kieran. Other than that, it's a new-look United team for this second half.
Wilkinson pushes it towards midfield. Up high, right back on the attack. Little extra shoving is Kieran's going to get a yellow, as he has to turn and address the official here in the 61st. So one card each side. Virginia Beach United trailing DC United 2-0.
It was likely that extra shove that earned Kieran the yellow. A nice slide tackle to start things off. Quickly regained by DC United, and that frustration just boiled over for Kieran.
As substitution for VBU, it looks like, on the far side. As Kieran's going to see his night come to an end. Looks like Nevin's coming onto the pitch for United.
Not sure who that is. It also kind of looks like Hamilton Howes. We'll get our announcement.
And two guesses are wrong. Third time was the charm as Taman Choi comes in.
Can't get them all, Isaac. Can't get them all. Taman Choi.
Into the box. Ball's there. Wilkinson has it at his feet. DC United wanted a call. Not going to get it. VB United plays over. Phillips just keeps it in. Turf Monster gets him. As DC United going to slow roll it back the other way. Pressure applied. Taylor tapped out. Throw in for DC United. Back just shy of midfield.
Choi, one of a few international players for United this season. Hails from Germany, plays over at Radford. Did not see any playing time this past collegiate season. Looking to work out some reps in the offseason. before heading back. Has seen USL2 action, a 13-minute appearance, just a few weeks ago on the road at Patuxent.
As Coach Mills continuing to get his side some experience and some exposure against this DC United Academy side.
Looks like Andrew Kim, the Army commit, is coming in for Hermoso.
Substitutions for DC United, number 58, Junie Lee, in for number 20.
No, it'll be Stoffel who's taken out, Kim, the traditional defenseman, I just figured he would take out the captain.
Kim, in for number 11, Mikey Eberly.
Disregard the PA announcer. That is Stoffel out of the game, Kim in.
Andrew Kim replaces number 7, PK Stoffel.
Throw in stays with DC United after the plethora of changes. Ball played up, trying to get over to it. Time it was McCloskey, couldn't get there. Throw in stays with DC United. 65th minute, 2-0. The visitors leading.
Nice poke by Wilkinson there.
Pushed out, throw in DC United. Pendleton getting his throw-in work here in the last few minutes. Puts one right down the line as Junie Lee couldn't pick it up. VBU will come back the other way. Cross by Choi. Can't connect with Taylor. DC United throw right back in. We're just going seemingly one throw in after the next right now. A little bit choppy. Both teams trying to find the rhythm. Lots of new faces on the pitch. Refamiliarize themselves with each other and get a little bit of a flow going.
We saw that in the first half as well with the starting units.
Played to the box. Wilkinson taps. Pendleton cross. Header. And right there to maybe knock his man just a little bit off was Andrew Kim. Ball goes out and it'll stay with DC United. A throw in once more.
Kim might have gotten away there with a penalty. Wouldn't have drawn a card, but might have drawn a whistle. Seemed to just get under the back of his man. High contact, but it kind of sticks to the theme we've seen tonight out of these officials. Very lenient with the calls. Game's been physical.
Far side, Taylor away from one, just going to feed it back. VB United wearing the white, DC United in the all black, and we're going to have another card coming out here in the 66th minute. As that one being handed to Choi.
Getting physical early.
And so after a first half that saw not a ton of whistles, we've seen 2 cards handed out, both to the home side in half number 2.
Yeah, Adnan received a card for DC United late in the first half, but the entire choppy play so far in the second has come off the hands and feet of Virginia Beach.
And another change for VB United as Hermoso comes out.
I'm going to guess Howes again.
Onto the pitch comes indeed. It is Howes. As that one goes out, it'll be a goal kick for VBU.
Can't get them all, but you get some of them.
You're batting 500 so far.
I'll take that. That'll earn me a nice little contract.
We'll at least get you a lollipop to congratulate you at the end of your dentist appointment. One of the two.
There we go.
Throw in for Wilkinson, near side. Long throw in down the line. On the run, trying to connect with his man. It was McCloskey. Pushed out by DC United. They're going to send it back. Wilkinson will collect it again. He's getting his throw-in work, just like Pendleton was earlier. Header played back, just out of the reach of Choi. DC United will settle 68th minute, leading 2-0 over Virginia Beach United.
I know this seems counterintuitive, Isaac, but in all honesty, I'd like to see this DC United offense mesh together a little more. We haven't seen a whole lot of Trevor Maloney, especially in these high-intensity game circumstances. I'd like to see how United's future goalkeeper, more likely than not, fares against this level of competition.
As on cue, Maloney gets a quick touch, plays over to the near side. Settled, tap through, Wilkinson catches it, tries to sprint past one defender, will collect it, pressure applied. Running with him was Tercios. But taken away DC United.
Wilkinson hung back a little bit there on the defensive side. Espinal with it now.
Short side, Maldonado. He wants to free up the right foot, does, and just passes. Espinal shot. That one goes right in where Maloney will scoop it up. Got to be a little careful, though. Foot was ever so towing the line and almost tapped out. In a league game, you might get that call blown against you, but Maloney with the save, restart. As collision far side, no whistle. VB United's bench incredulous that they wanted a call there on the hard collision.
And I know that the officials have been letting the fellas out there play, but that one seemed a little too egregious to let it blow past you. And that's the first time we've seen a bench reaction like that all season. That one almost blatant, Isaac, don't you think?
As a whistle, we're going to get a card shown to the VB United coaching staff. As the official going to come over and have a discussion after that non-call on Valiente.
This is the most animated we've seen Mills all season. Usually calm, cool, and collected over there. And I haven't seen him explode like this. Maybe this is a spark that Virginia Beach needs to cut this lead in half and eventually draw a tie or take a lead.
So the third yellow of the evening for VBU. This one coming to the coaching staff. As during a quick water break here, as we crest over the 25th minute mark of half number 2. Creeping into the 71st minute.
One thing I think we might be ignoring, Isaac, is that this Virginia Beach team has not endured adversity since its opening matchup really with Lionsbridge. This is the first time they've been down in a match in over a month. They've held a lead or at least been at an even draw in every other minute, excluding the Lionsbridge game. Tonight marks the first time they face a deficit, and it's a large deficit, 2 goals with 20 minutes left. Not only might this be a good experience for United as it heads down the remainder of the USL2 season, but it's also unexplored territory, and that might be causing some of the frustration and tension.
And we'll see how the final 20 minutes of this one plays out near side. Phillips steps to the middle, left foot, shot deflected, and that one going to roll out. It'll be a corner kick for United. Nice work by Phillips to free up some space for himself before letting that one fly.
Phillips has looked good to start this second half, and he's a guy that United will likely need coming off the bench down the stretch. The forward position unit has been the most interchangeable for United so far, still trying to find a 3 that they like.
Corner to the middle, chance, header, just grazed over the intended target. Taylor will collect far side, plays back, taking it as Kim. Long into the box, Choi just going to watch, collect, had pressure coming at him from United, and so he will slide near side. The visitors come back the other way.
It appears that Virginia Beach's main objective right now was just giving other members of the team experience, Ethan Taylor is the absolute master of the corner kick for United. Goes along with his 4 assists on the year. But you saw there, different men taking the corners, different men taking the throw-ins.
Chance in, arm coming up from VBU, not from the officials. Played off. DC United trying to clear. Wilkinson will just send it out for a throw-in. They're going to say VBU's.
Wilkinson, almost a little mistake there as his attempt of a clear just grazed on Jean-Claude Billet's leg. Led to a nice offensive look.
Issues with the clock here in stadium. Stopped, but we are creeping through. Call it the 73rd, 74th minute.
Yeah, our lovely intern Jack not here tonight. He usually mans the scoreboard. If he were here, I'm sure it would be no problem. It's back to moving, but definitely a few minutes behind.
Up ahead, top of the box, right side. In, saved by Maloney. As beautifully grabbed and moving United on ahead. 73rd minute, 2-0. VBU trailing DC United under 23. Trying to get some offense going. Taylor tries to sprint through the defense. Ball stripped from him. DC United will go back the other way.
Great save there by Maloney, and those are the type of looks I was hoping he would get, and he gets one there, and he passes the test.
Chance DC United, they move near side to Espinal. Tries to go between the legs of Wilkinson, can't meg him, and Maloney will instead just take it and settle.
I would love to see this offense score at least one. 2,000 strong, just based on the eye test, have shown out tonight for this matchup between Virginia Beach United and DC United. You want to give these fans something to cheer about. This is the largest crowd Virginia Beach has drawn, at least in its past 2 seasons.
Chance through the middle of the pitch, looking for one on the run. They have the opportunity, beats a man into the box. Choi out, collided with the keeper. United wanted a call. Not going to get anything.
And we're going to get a card on Phillips. He swore at the official. Words we can't repeat here.
And thin skin for the officiating staff, showing its favor here in the latter stages of the second half. As Phillips gets a yellow card. 4th card shown to the home side here in half number 2.
I'm paraphrasing Isaac, but he basically said it was flippin' ridiculous, the no call. You can fill in the words that I'm referencing, if you like.
As Phillips a chance again, right into the arms of the DC United defender. Wilkinson plays one far side. Up, almost collision, taken back. Chance, Taylor shot. That one played out by the defense. United buzzing here, late half number 2, trying to get on the board.
I love what Wilkinson is doing. That was a beautiful cross far side, just inches above Valiente's head.
Played back. Wilkinson again. Has a man on the run. Chance holding, centering feed. Up top, just some miscommunication between Taylor and Choi. Taylor will get it back. Tries to center. Stepped out, and the whistle goes. It looks like we're going to get a call in VBU's favor as Jovel getting nabbed on. That one, good effort by Taylor to work his way around the defense and call it a free kick opportunity 5 feet out from the end line, right at the edge of the box. 76th minute.
I'm not sure if that's necessarily a makeup call. Both those plays, bang, bang. If that one draws the call, I feel like the one on Phillips has to as well. A little inconsistency late here from the officials.
They're going to tap up. Chance. Shot. Muffed. Choi. Opportunity. Can't get it to go. Played along the line. Pulled back and tapped out. And that'll be a VBU throw-in. The home side certainly getting a shot of adrenaline after that no call on Phillips. Trying to get some late heroics. Ball taken away. VB United will take it back. They push to the far sideline. Throw in going to come for the visitors.
Yeah, Tamin Choi has had several nice opportunities. Just a little miscommunication there with Ethan Taylor on one of them. Likely stems from the fact that the two have not played a whole lot of soccer together during these live games, both friendly and USL2. But the offense and the team fighting with a lot of energy. You mentioned it, a surge of adrenaline. It's been nothing short.
78th minute out. We're going to have a keeper change here for the final 15 minutes for VBU. Maloney comes off.
Fans, a reminder, check social media.
We will get to you who the new goalkeeper is. Oh,
Carl Vernet, the new keeper out of Franklin Pierce.
You'll be able to pick it up.
Thank you, Isaac.
You can take it right off your favorite
Right on cue.
player.
The Miami native. As DC United looking to test the keeper. Pushed out by Wilkinson. Throw in for DC United.
Substitution for VB United, number 0, Carl Burnett.
In the D2 championship game this past season, Vernet, who you mentioned plays for Franklin Pierce, recorded a season-high 13 saves in that matchup. So in these clutch, nail-biting scenarios, if we do reach a closer game, you can feel confident that the fresh keeper has ice in his veins. Definitely cold-blooded in the clutch.
Far side of the pitch, Wilkinson will take it for VBU. On the sideline, ahead, Phillips. Miscommunication offensively. Ball pulled away, DC United. Middle of the pitch. VBU tries to play ahead. Taylor danced around, and that's going to draw a card as the DC United defender reaches out and grabbed Taylor's jersey, preventing him from getting by. It was Jovel. Blatantly knew he was going to get beat. Grabbed Taylor by the jersey, prevented him from getting around, so
there aren't a whole lot of guys in both USL2 and just in the country that can compete with Ethan Taylor's speed. A frustrating penalty, but a smart one. If you're DC United, preventing the speedster from JMU from blowing past you en route to a score, or at least the chance.
Taylor taking the kick into the box. Feet of Phillips plays it. Looking for the fancy finish, couldn't get it to go. It's wide instead. 80th minute. VBU trailing DC United under 23, 2-0.
You wonder if Phillips lets that one go. It appeared that he had Choi and McCloskey right behind him that might have been able to get a little more power behind a strike towards the net. Nonetheless, it's DC United ball, still no scores for Virginia Beach.
Substitution for VBU just a few minutes ago. Valiente off, Matt Fitzer on for VBU. So continuing to empty the bench.
Fitzer had a goal on VB Strong night.
Played ahead, DC United trying to center. Look. to the middle. Shot blocked. Taken out. VBU far side looking for Phillips. Just a little too much hop on it off his foot. Comes back. Wilkinson. Chipped through the middle. McCloskey. Chance United into the box. Cleared out. Held. Long shot right off the upper chest of the keeper, Choi. Out for a throw in for United.
Great look from McCloskey. I love the shot. Showing the power he possesses in that right leg. 4 games played in USL2 play. I'd like to see what he can do with that down the stretch. It was a hard bounce, too, off of Choi's chest. I'm sure that didn't feel too nice either.
Wilkinson plays up. Off the hop, skied it. Looking to collect it in for VBU. Phillips was in the area, but Stalker just sent it too high. Going to come back, and Burnett has his first touches. Pressure being applied from Lee. He clears out from the VBU defensive end, and a little bit of an aggressive nature from Kim from behind. Draws the whistle. VBU will restart. Near side, it's Wilkinson.
Kim was trying to sell it a little bit more on the ground. Then once he saw play resume, quickly popped up. Said, forget about the acting career. It's time to play some soccer.
Whistle on Choi. DC United going to take their sweet time. Feeling a little bit of pressure coming on from VBU, 83rd minute.
You'd love to give these fans something to cheer about. They've been ready to burst all night long. And if you're Virginia Beach, I know this isn't really going through the players' minds, but it's something to think about. A score right now could keep these people coming back. This is the largest crowd that Virginia Beach has drawn in years. And en route to its best season in franchise history, you want as many people filling the seats, filling the Lucky Oyster party deck as possible. And no better way to do that than with a score and a reason, to cheer.
A great game with plenty of reasons to cheer all throughout for this one, though. VBU unable to find the back of the net yet, but opportunities from both sides. We're going to get another new man onto the pitch for VBU as Choi comes off. We'll have you the name of the substitution in just a moment.
I believe it's Sharif. Exactly, Sharif Dean Mohammed in for United. Hasn't seen any USL2 action, but did play in a pair of friendlies.
United, 84th minute, down by 2, trying to get some offense going. Taylor just mishandled it, ball sky high. And Dean Mohammed immediately gets into the action back near midfield as a forearm shove from behind coming from Sanchez. Draws the whistle, and we saw a free-flowing first half, certainly a choppy second half. Ball into the box. Lighting couldn't connect on it. VBU takes back, applying the offensive pressure here, latter stages of half number 2. Just unable to beat Choi. Right on the line, loose ball. Mohammed stepped on it, gets it back, long shot, just wide as Wanwi Choi tried to chase it down.
If you're Chris Mills, you have to be pleased with how your reserves have looked. Maybe a little more points pointed toward the starters as Virginia Beach moves forward towards USL2 play on Wednesday. But guys like Phillips, guys like Valiente, guys like Wilkinson have all been busy and have all been nonstop as well and have led to Virginia Beach's best looks at net all night.
Played ahead off the hop. Down the sideline, opportunity there. It's Fitzer trying to track it down. Just stepping out was DC United, and that's going to bring a card as Sanchez,
United would like to thank tonight's
here in the 86th minute,
Wawa.
danced away from the official, danced away from everyone, knew the whistle had gone,
You gotta have a Wawa.
and
our friends from
still
Financial.
decided to kick it back into the middle of the field. Long throw in by Wilkinson. Up, box. Still there. Wilkinson goes to try to play it. Tapped off his foot. Whistle goes against the VBU defender.
Yeah, several cards issued tonight. Physical game. These fellas lucky they don't have a quick turnaround on Tuesday, which is where we see a lot of these midweek USL2 games come. Instead, they get that extra day off, and with the bruises that they'll be bearing tomorrow, I'm sure they'll be thankful for this scheduling with that extra day off.
As Choi takes the restart here in the 87th minute for DC United. Whistle goes. Wilkinson drawing the call on delay. A little bit more stoppage time imminent here in half number 2 than we saw in half number 1. Nearly nothing, maybe a few seconds.
Officials have been a little busier.
Trying to go cross pitch, just couldn't get it to Phillips. That'll be a throw in for DC United.
I love the effort that we're seeing from Wilkinson. He's been sprinting 80 yards, back and forth, back and forth. That time moving all the way up into the attack spot to try and haul after that ball, chase it down. Couldn't get there, but you've got to be impressed with the effort you see from one of your veterans who's chewing for playing time.
Trying to move the through ball was DC United, swallowed up by Lighting. Works ahead. McCloskey. They're going to move it back. Phillips trying to track it down. Had Fitzer with him. Fitzer's going to haul it in. Right foot, wanted to tap through, gets a chance, strikes it back. Opportunity there. Couldn't go. Ball back to the top of the box. United, several good opportunities in the latter stages, still trying to break one through.
D. Mohammed just couldn't get his head on that one off the ricochet. You mentioned it. Its best looks coming in the latter frame. Just can't seem to power one past Choi and the DC defense.
Howells, long ball, far side. Tapped up. Dean Mohammed. Taylor. Space, not there. DC United able to play it out. 90th minute approaching. Far side. Belay. Face guarded by Wilkinson. Back Maldonado.
DC just taking its time here, not willing to take any chances. They feel as if they have this game in the bag despite the pressure put on by Virginia Beach's offense.
Long ball, far side. Burnett doesn't let it go out, keeps it live. Going to quickly roll up the middle for Lighting. Taylor gives back Howells. Worked across, played up.
Fans, this reminder, the official time is kept on the field.
Taken United, trying to tap through. Taylor on the run, boxed out by the defense, couldn't get there. DC United will keep. We've surpassed the 90 minutes. Into stoppage time we go. We have a word on how much we'll get. We will pass that along, but for now, we roll on. DC United, far side. Long pass for Pendleton. Wilkinson collides, ball sky high. Wilkinson's going to get it. Has two, plays ahead. Fitzer, chance, tapped out. Throw in for VBU.
There's Phillips again, just beyond his reach. He's been active in his second half stint on the pitch. Just can't get one to go. Had a controversial no call when he was charging at Choi.
Into the box, header pushed up and out. That'll be a goal kick for DC United and Choi.
Choi almost caught sleeping to start, but has really settled into his own as the half has progressed. Both him and Anderson have been phenomenal in net.
Pushed out, throw in for DC United. Stoppage time here at Harold Heischober Field. Thanks for tuning in with us for this one. Of course, brought to you by the great folks over at Wawa. And that's going to do it as the final whistle sounds. Virginia Beach United falling 2-0 at the hands of DC United in friendly action. But more importantly, VBU back in action just a few days away as they host right here at the Plex, the Virginia Marauders, in a game that, well, the final 5 games in USL League 2 play. Big points for VBU as they look to clinch that division title.
If we look at Wednesday and we look at the matchup with the Virginia Marauders, this is a game that Virginia Beach, without question, should win. And if they were not to win, there should be answers to be had by fans. The Marauders have yet to record a victory on the season. 0-1-5, 2 lone goals scored, 20 allowed. If we're looking at this match from a statistical point, this should be a cakewalk for Virginia Beach, but nothing's given. They had a tough test tonight against a veteran DC United U23 squad. But if they change pace now, maybe to an easier opponent, we see the offense fill into its own a little bit more. Remember, these guys are coming off an 11-day hiatus before they travel to Nova. Likely still shaking off some of those cobwebs. But this is a game that Virginia Beach should pick up 3 points and likely will need to pick up 3 points in.
Can't do anything until the games are played on the field, though. VBU a chance to regroup after this one. We talked about it throughout. Chances in the first half, chances in the second half. At the end of the day, it was DC United who was able to capitalize. But for VBU, lots of good things to take from this, both defensively and offensively. New faces getting opportunities, new faces getting looks for VBU side. Wrapping this one up, DC United under 23 tops Virginia Beach United 2-0 from the Sportsplex. We'll talk to you all Wednesday as it's Pride at the Plex as VBU hosts the Virginia Marauders right here. Kickoff set for 7 p.m. Have a great night, everybody.